I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all, my empire of dirt. I will let you down, I will make you hurt.
You stay the hell away from me, you hear?
I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts.
Hi, good evening. I can't hear myself, which is always a good thing, actually. How the devil are you? Let me just tell you before we start that if you want anything with this on, hoodies, sweatshirts, etc., etc., you can get it in the store and it's 25% off. How great is that? I'm always reminded that my shoulders are very painful, so because I'm old. Anyway, I thought this is petrol green, by the way. It's such a great color. So you heard about Canada? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Conservatives, aren't you wonderful? So in Canada, they've decided to stop sterilizing children. Well, kind of. They've done the same that we did, so that it's a bit cowardly. And we're sort of going, there's this thing like, we'll only experiment on some children. Like, and you know, the depressed ones, we're still gonna chop their heads off, or inject them. I don't know how they do the whole maid killing people in the name of niceness. But that's what they're doing in Canada. But anyway, this particular thing is good news. Very good news. What it means is that the lovely medical whoever in Canada, what they've decided to stop doing, which is weird because they've now got a troon parent person in their government. But what they have decided is that they are not going to just sterilize all the kids. Just some of the kids, a bit like us. And it's really, really mad. And I've often thought, what is wrong with Canada? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? And it's obviously the biggest ill, according to this thing we're going to watch in a minute. The biggest, most terrible thing about Canada is the rights of parents and the movement that's actually got this underbelly of complete evil going on in what's it called? Canada. No, why won't you let me do that? Don't know. It's not letting me do that. Will it let me do that? One moment. We're not ready for that. We're not ready for that. I want this. I'm gonna have to show it to you like this. Because damn you, technology.
We must stop dirty language from getting to our children's ears. We must go fight the source of it. But what is the source? Oh, that's easy. Times have changed. Our kids are getting worse. They won't obey their parents. They just want to fart and curse. Should we blame the government or blame society?
Or should we blame the images on TV?
No, blame Canada! Blame Canada! For their beady little eyes and flapping heads of normal life. Blame Canada! Blame Canada! We need to form a full assault!
It's Canada's fault!
Don't blame me for my son Stan. He saw the darn cartoon and now he's off to join the clan. And my boy Eric once had my picture on his shelf, but now when I see him he tells me to fuck myself. Well, blame Canada! Blame Canada! It seems that everything's gone wrong since Canada came along. Blame Canada! Blame Canada!
They're not even a real country anyway.
My son could have been a doctor or a lawyer, rich and true. Instead, he burned up like a piggy on a barbecue.
Should we blame the matches? Should we blame the fire? Or the doctors who allowed it to expire?
Heck no! Blame Canada! Blame Canada! With all the hockey hullabaloo. And that bitch Anne Murray, too. Blame Canada! Shame on Canada! Oh, in the smoke we must cut the trash, we must dash the laughter and fun must all be undone. We must blame them and cause a fuss before somebody thinks of blaming us.
So we're going to move swiftly on to this wonderful thing. I might make us a little more even. So this is a woman. She lives in Canada. Actually, it's just Alberta. Oh, well. It's just Alberta. So there's something going on in Alberta. And I was looking to this woman who this woman's going to interview. It's a ginger woman. Can't remember the name, but we'll see it in a minute. And she was commenting about the terrible state of what's happening to those poor children who now can't be mutilated and sterilized. And this individual here, she interviews her. So anyway, so I was looking for this thing because I wanted to show it to you because it would be funny if it wasn't so frightening. And what's lovely about this is she said even crazier stuff. So let's watch it together. I think this gives us Rachel Gilmore, that's her name. I think this gives us all a bit of an insight into what is wrong with Canada.
We're talking about the so-called parental rights movement that's sweeping across Canada. And let me tell you, it's not what it seems.
It's not. It's parents who don't love their children, evil, sick, twisted parents who don't want to mutilate their kids. I mean, if that doesn't send a warning through your heart, if you don't feel frightened, there's something wrong with us.
To help us unpack this, we have Rachel Gilmore, an award-winning independent journalist who covers politics and the growing culture wars here in Canada and globally. Rachel, welcome back to the show, and let's get right into it because people need to know what's really going on here.
Yeah, it's pretty scary what we're seeing.
Rachel, I'm going to guess, is a woman who doesn't have any children. I don't know that. I'm just guessing.
We're kind of seeing this parental rights rhetoric that is the epitome of the culture wars in the education setting in the US come to Canada. It's very scary.
And it's a Trojan horse, really, right?
Because the parents are the parents pretending they love their children. I mean, is that what's going on? Tell us. Let's get right into it. Let's shoot the dust and shit.
Targeting the most vulnerable of the vulnerable.
Yes.
And what does this mean?
So parental rights on their face don't sound like a bad thing. You know, parents.
Oh, come on, they do. Parental rights sounds really sketchy. Sounds like mothers and fathers and children that they bring into this world because they want to bond as a couple and they want to further their family, and they've had those sleepless nights and changed nappies and fed and made sacrifices, and it sounds monstrous.
Parents care about their kids. They want to know what's going on with them. And in most ways, that's not a terrible thing. But the problem is when you consider the fact that some parents...
Sorry, hang on. They want to know what's going on with their kids. And in most ways, that's not a terrible thing. It's not a terrible thing, everyone. It's not a terrible thing to not want your kids to die, except if you inject them. And then it's a wonderful thing.
That's not a terrible thing. But the problem is when you consider the fact that some parents are, parents are people. Some are homophobic, some are transphobic. And so when it comes to their kids and their kids' gender identity, their sexual orientation, not every-
Who doesn't want a sexually active gay 5-year-old? I mean, what sort of evil parent is that? Let's have more sexually active, sterilized children. What, like, on the face of it, not wanting to cut off your daughter's breasts seems, on the face of it, it might seem like a great, not a bad thing. But really, not wanting to have your son's penis and testicles in a small jar over the kitchen stove, like, that's when I have a problem.
every home is a welcoming place for that. So what we're seeing is this growth in parental rights, so-called
Parental rights, people loving their children, people not wanting to cut up their kids.
movements that are a direct response to the growing trans acceptance and students feeling comfortable coming out and exploring their identity and having these conversations.
And wearing different clothes and sometimes playing with the opposite sex toys. And what we want to see more is G.I. Joe, tits gotta go. We just want more of that. That's all we're asking for. Baby doll, lose your penis. I can't make it rhyme. I can't make everything rhyme. Let's think of a girl's toy. Like a Barbie, penis is hardy. I don't know.
And maybe school is the only safe space where they can start to explore that because home is not.
And teachers know better than parents, which is a fucked up communist kind of weird Marxist thing where we want drones, sterilized drones, serfs, sterilized, totally, so that pedophiles can have sex with them, can rape them, and they're prepubescent. On the face of it, that sounds wrong, but actually, if more pedophiles can have access to baby children, then, what's up with that?
So it's kind of this dark thing where these policies that require, and we can dig into those a bit more in a second.
Yes, do dig right in. I have a feeling, Rachel, I'm going to disagree with everything you say all the way through this. And that's a great place to pause your face.
But these policies that we're seeing in New Brunswick and Saskatchewan that require parental consent for pronoun use in schools.
What the fuck? So you're telling me if my 7-year-old goes into school, I have to be told that all the things about them and their safety? What the fuck?
Those can take away the only safe space that some of these students have.
I don't.
Yeah, and as a parent, I think about it. If your kids come to you with, their gender identity, that means they have a safe space at home.
Oh, they might have a safe space at home. And if your child comes to you and says, when they're 4 or 5, I am definitely not the sex I am, and I want to cut off all of my genitals, then I want my child to do that. And we would do that right away. Maybe we would do that at home. Maybe.
And if they don't come to you, probably means you're not a safe space. So maybe
don't be a fucking safe space for your children. That's all I can say to you people. Be a parent. Don't be a space. Be a person that occupies the space. Don't be a fucking space to your kids.
Maybe the questioning should be in your home and how you're parenting. But we've seen the Conservative Party really doubling down on culture wars provincially right now. I mean, even Stephen Lecce yesterday was alluding to this and will undoubtedly be a focus at the upcoming federal Conservative convention coming up. So what's the end game? What are they striving for here?
Not sterilizing children, you fuckwit. That's the end game. Not mutilating and sterilizing children. What's the end game? What could it be? Not sterilizing children? I don't think that's the end game. I think it must be something else. Like, how confusing. Next, you're going to tell me that they don't want to kill their children.
I honestly think that some parties believe they have a political winner here, because it's not an issue that I think a lot of parents are super well versed in. It's something that sounds scary. Schools are keeping something from you.
Yes, that is really scary. That children have secrets with other fucking adults is a pretty scary thing.
Talking to your kids and, they're keeping secrets. And it sounds bad when you put it like that.
It is bad. It is. It's really bad. It's proper. It's proper. If any teacher had ever done something like that with one of my children, I would commit acts of obscene levels of violence.
But what it is in reality is these are policies.
I said something that I know sounds normal, that adults, kids, secrets. Now I'm going to try and make that sound like that's a bad thing to worry about. How am I going to find the words
that actually take away these kids, as I mentioned, safe spaces? They are policies that are directly harmful to kids that don't have safe homes. And
which kids don't have safe homes? What do you mean? The ones where their parents go, no, I don't want you to be sterilized. No, you're not a boy. You have a vagina. You're definitely not a boy. No, you're not a girl. You can play with whatever you want, but you're not a girl. Is that what you mean?
And I think that the end game potentially could be, as I mentioned, a political win. There was this study.
Do you think they just edited out her kept going on the end game? Or I don't really know what the fucking end game is. I don't. Let's just. Do you think it was that? It feels like it's that.
Done in the US, and it was published in the New York Times, where these individuals were looking at, conservative groups were looking at trying to find a political winner of an issue. So they used to have gay marriage that they could use to rally their base and get donations.
And what they did, the research is they found a couple of blog posts on Reddit and they manufactured something that isn't true. And rather than looking at the facts of something, I'm going to pretend that everything is about politics, and I'm not actually going to address the issue of what a trans kid is and what it does.
And they started polling on other issues once gay marriage was settled in the Supreme Court. And they found that trans rights issues, when it comes to youth.
This is such bullshit. I call bullshit with this woman. Her eye makeup is very good.
Resonated with their audience. And so I think that a lot of conservatives.
Hang on. I call bullshit that this is like a political thing, but resonating with your demographic, resonating with the electorate doesn't mean that it's you're trying to find a way of winning an election. It might mean that, but it might mean that actually it's a way of addressing the concerns of the nation so that you can be elected. It's about using their concerns. It's such a weird way to look at this. I mean, I've not listened to this, which is why I'm responding to it like first. This is my first response. But of course, if you're a political party, you are going to poll your members to find out what it is that they are concerned about in wherever you want to be elected. Like, what would be the point of just going with something that you think? Obviously, you want to address the concerns of the people that will vote for you.
Conservative groups believe that the issue of trans rights in schools, trans rights with youth, it's a political winner.
No, they believe it's a massive fucking issue.
And so we're starting to see that leak into Canadian conservative circles.
Good. Let's hope it pours in like a tsunami.
And it's scary because fundamentally, it puts trans kids' lives at even greater risk.
You are a disgusting woman. Rachel Gilmore, for saying such a vile, disgusting thing. You live in a country that sterilizes children. How disgusting are you? There is the correlation. The children that kill themselves often are the children that have actually started the fucking mental hormones and treatments, and then finding out that it doesn't actually exist anyway. That is a much more likely cohort to take their own lives.
And that's where I want to go with this next part, is because that is the real crux of this, is that this is going to cost.
I bet I can guarantee that they won't talk about statistics of how many children actually have ever killed themselves, who claim to be born in the opposite sex, because they don't really exist.
Lives. Do you have any statistics or anything you can share in terms of that when it comes to trans kids?
Yeah, so there's this group called the Trevor Project
Who are big fat pieces of shit.
that does a lot of surveys into LGBTQ mental health and youth mental health. And they found that, I believe, I'm just pulling these figures off the top of my
Out of my ass. She's just pulling the figures out of her ass.
head, but I believe it's 45% of LGBTQ youth have considered suicide.
Right, if you ask most people, have you ever considered suicide? I reckon lots of people would say yes. Now, considered might be, oh, I could kill myself. Or, oh, I'm so angry, I might as well kill myself. Or, I'm so very sad. My life is so awful that I really am thinking about killing myself. I mean, nobody who just thinks about killing themselves is genuinely suicidal, as far as I'm concerned, unless they really do take steps to do it. I think that's bullshit.
Seriously considered suicide. And that figure rises to more than half when it comes to transgender and non-binary youth.
Because what we have told those children time and time again is that being suicidal is part of being trans.
So these groups are even more at risk already.
Yeah, but she said how many have taken their own lives, and you haven't come up with any people that have actually done it yet.
But the one thing that kind of mitigates and reduces that risk is when those kids have access to an LGBTQ affirming space.
That's all bullshit. All of it is utter bullshit.
And what's scary about this is these policies take away what could potentially be the only affirming space that these kids have access to. And if that is what reduces suicide rates,
you can't call it suicide rates, Rachel. Hey, Rachel Gilmore. You can't call something suicide rates when it's have considered or have seriously considered. That's not a suicide rate. That's a seriously considered suicide rate, isn't it? Like at best, because we know what you all want. You really, really do want those children to commit suicide, because then you'll be able to say this shit even more.
taking that away, it increases them. Kids will die because
Even though I haven't quoted any kids that will die, I'm just saying that kids will die. I mean, at this rate, she might even go and kill them herself.
of these policies. And I don't know why these politicians aren't listening to all of the people who are saying that, because
all the people are saying that kids will die, the kids will die, the kids will kill themselves. And actually, the kids are saying, well, we're not going to, because we haven't.
they're being told again and again and again. If they just listen to the people who are studying these issues, they will know that they've got an incredibly dangerous policy on their hands here that will threaten kids' lives. And that scares me.
That really scares me. Look at me. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I know I don't look it, and I have no facial expression that will show that I'm scared, but I'm so scared. I'm so scared. We all should be scared. Are you scared? I mean, everyone should be scared. Schools should be scared. Everyone should be scared that more children without any proof whatsoever will die. More.
It's very politically craven to push past these warnings.
And what's crazy about this to me is these are pronouns we're talking about.
What's crazy is these are pronouns. These are the window into the gender identity shit. That's what they are. They are like the marijuana to the heroin of sterilization.
Yes.
They're pronouns. We're not talking about surgery. We're not talking about anything bigger than that. These are.
We are talking about socially keeping secrets from children to socially transition, which often leads to transition. Jesus, These women are stupid.
Pronouns that kids want to use in school, a space they consider safe. And we're denying them this. So let's talk about their rights, because they do have rights under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
Yeah. I mean, kids are human beings, and human beings have rights.
And I think, can I say this? I think children, if they fall in love with an adult, they know themselves. They should just be able to have legal sex with adults. I mean, why not?
I'm not incredibly well versed in all of the individual aspects of the charter, but, in the same vein, kids aren't property. So parents don't have a right to know every single thing that's going on in these kids' lives, to know.
Oh my God. How grotesque.
Every single little conversation that they have, to know, oh, did my son go on a date last week? Did my daughter, hold hands with a boy at school?
Yeah, they do fucking have a right to know, love. School is what is it? Loco parentis. They are acting as parents. That doesn't mean they are parents. That doesn't mean they get to keep secrets from parents. Jesus Christ, how you open your mouth and say things that are so just off-piste, so terrible when it comes to safeguarding.
School, we don't have a live feed going of schools for parents.
We don't record our kids. We just keep secrets from their moms and dads.
To check in at every second of the day. And it's healthy for kids to have their own lives, to have things
not with other adults. It isn't
going on that, isn't that their parents don't need to read their diaries, for example. That's another thing that people really oppose. And this is sort of the policy equivalent of forcing parents to read their kids' diaries.
It isn't. God, it's so insane. I don't know if I can listen to too much more. I'm sure you can't either. I just want to remind lovely Rachel of what exactly we are talking about. So let's have a look, because not all parents are great. She's absolutely right. Some parents are just like this.
The rainbow way, a pine in a land that I heard of once in a somewhere over the rainbow skies, a blue wind, the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, oh, way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops, oh, way above the chimney tops, that's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. If happy little bluebirds fly above the rainbow wide,
Plant a plant bow and it grows flowers when you put water on it.
I remember even thinking before Kai was 3 that I think this kid might be gay. And I thought that that could not happen, and that would not happen. We started praying fervently. Prayers turned into Googling conversion therapy and how can we implement these techniques at home to make Kai not be like this. Putting her in timeout for acting like a girl, putting her in timeout for stealing girl toys, spanking her, really spanking her every time she would say, "You know I'm a girl." No matter what the consequences, she's persisting in the fact that you should already know she's a girl.
If happy little bluebirds fly above the rainbow wide, oh, I can't
Bad, isn't it? It's just bad. So I just want us all to, when you think about where we are and what sort of parent is going to insist that their child is the one experimented on in Canada, in Alberta, even in New Zealand, in UK, like who? What sort of fucking parent is going to be insisting, let my child be sterilized? Make it me. I just need more Instagram followers. I'm such a great person. I'm going to sterilize my child and watch. You're looking at a boy, but I'm so special. I'm going to say that's a girl because I can then pretend that I'm not a narcissistic, abusive piece of shit parent. And you're all going to go, "Oh, you're so brave. You're so wonderful. Wow, it's so hard. It's so hard for you." Yeah. Just wait until like many of these boys end up on OnlyFans with breasts and a penis. Like there is definitely a little pipeline from those boys. And part of that will be because those boys fall into a community full of disgusting old AGPs who love the idea about sexually abusing those younger boys, prepubescent. And it doesn't stop everything. Those skulls keep growing. I mean, they might not have very large penises, but those skulls, the hands, like not one of those boys will grow up and not look like have a great big man's skull. Not one. No matter what they do, no matter what hormones, they won't. They just won't. So Canadians, we're not going to give up. I'm definitely going to come to Canada next year. I've found the means. I found a way. So, yeah. Anyway, get yourself a mother top because it's great. Anyway, I was going to do the whole monkey thing and motherhood, and I've decided that this has been too long already. And much love to you all. But look, it's a terrifying thing that so many people are silent on this. It's a terrifying thing that I'm called. Don't do that, Kellie-Jay.
Follow me this way. We're going to see the Prime Minister of Canada.
Power-hungry Americans, I'll fix you. Oh, Jesus, 18 hours. We're running out of time.
All right, boys, prepare yourselves. We're about to enter French Canada.
French Canada?
There's no Canada like French Canada. It's the best Canada in the land. The other Canada is hardly Canada. If you lived here for a day, you'd understand.
Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to French Canada. We have everything a heart could desire. Trapezes, trampolines, and lots of cheese.
Would you like a mustache? Just stay calm, boys. French Canadians are a little odd.
We're just passing through to see the new Prime Minister.
Well, first you must answer that phone. Ring, 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 ring.
We don't have time for this.
You cannot pass through French Canada unless you take that phone call. Ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
Hello. If you are going to see the new Prime Minister, then I want to go with you. He has passed a new law forbidding us French Canadians to drink wine.
How can the French not drink wine? Travesty! Okay, you can come with us.
Oh, very good. Let us make haste.
There's no Canada like French Canada. It's the best Canada in the land. And the other Canada
is a bullshit Canada.
If you lived here for a day, you'd understand.
I think you'd understand. You understand.
There's no Canada like French Canada. Da, 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 da. Anyway, I would like to come to Canada. I'm going to find a way to do it. I think I found a way to do it. I think I found a way in. And I think we're just going to have to brave it. I had an idea about Canada. And I think maybe what we do is we go and do a massive Let Women Speak weekend in Alberta. And I give you enough time to get there. Because I think we have to go to the conservative areas and we have to build up. So I think let's go to Alberta. I don't know where that is. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I do know that sounds like a damn fine idea. I know it might not be easy to get to. You might have to kind of save up. I don't know, but I quite fancy doing that. So anyway, if you can talk about all the hard stuff. Oh, the monkey thing is the psychology experiment on mothers and monkeys and why daycare's bad. I mean, it's a whole topic. But if you can speak about the things that need to be spoken about when they need to be spoken about, not waiting until everybody else has spoken about it for ages and then you come along late, then I promise we will win. If you can be grateful that little steps I'll bring the cats out next time are being taken and we are moving forward, then I promise we will win. And do you know why else we're going to win? Well, it's because I never lose.